The only thing that stops you from getting what you want in life is the bullshit story you tell yourself.
The number one thing that's going to change your life, the only thing that will change your life, change your business, change your money, change your relationship, is you must raise your standard.
And you have this perfect strategy, the straight line to get there. It's a perfect strategy. It's going to get you there every single time.
Getting things is not going to make you happy. That's good news in a tough economy. It's a good reminder. You know, it doesn't matter what you get. It doesn't matter whether it be money or opportunity. All those things might excite you for the moment. You know, even a relationship, as magnificent it may be, might be exciting for a while. But if you don't keep growing, that relationship isn't going to stay exciting. So the secret to real happiness is progress. Progress equals happiness. And if we can make progress on a regular basis, we feel alive. And that's why at the beginning of the year, we get this thing like, okay, I can have this fresh start. I could really do what my soul desires. I could expand. I could grow. I could improve. I could change. Or maybe better than change, I could progress.
You know what you know what you don't know, but you got to know your business better than anybody.
It's amazing what happens when it's a must to do something versus a should. That's what makes human beings succeed.
But if you don't know your starting point, if you're not getting honest with where you actually are, it doesn't matter how powerful the strategy is, and it doesn't matter how powerful your goal is. I'm going to ask you to set a goal today.
So if you want to make real progress, then you really got to look at your life in a different way. You got to say, I got to take control of this process and not just hope it's going to work out like people do who make a resolution.
What stops you back is the story, because the story stops you from getting honest. And if you can't get honest with yourself, there's no way you can go. There's three things that you need to know: where you are, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. Those are the three things you must have to take advantage of any opportunity.
You have to own your own happiness. Take it away from other people demanding that they make you happy. Your kids are not going to make you happy. Your spouse is not going to make you happy. A big house is not going to make you happy. Own your own happiness and be responsible for doing those things that bring joy into your own heart, independently of life and people and money and all of that stuff. Right. It doesn't necessarily give you happiness. You have to take responsibility of that peace and that joy that lives inside of your heart and not inside of your stuff.
That all of us in life have things we want. We don't get what we want. We get what we have to have.
I thought, what kind of purpose do I have to live? I mean, are you just here to live to die? I mean, is there not a purpose for me? Is there not a purpose in life?
In ourselves and other people. But when you're no longer willing to tolerate something, that's when your life changes.
If you're not honest with where you are right now, your starting point, the math is worthless.
One day you got to wake up and say that. And it's the hardest thing in the world because, you know, you don't just do that. You know what I'm saying? You sometimes have to walk away from situations.
What changes people is when your should becomes a must. When suddenly the thing you said should happen has to happen. That's when human beings change.
There's faith in this idea that if you put your energy into something, it will give you a return.
Is life about how much you've done with technology, how much you've achieved, how much money you made in your life? Or is life about how many times you laughed compared to smiled?
Everyone in the world has a list of things they think they should do.
Every single human being has value, and my value is not determined on how I look or what job I have or where I'm from, where I was born, how much money. All that stuff is nothing.
The choice that we have, though, is either to give up or keep on going.
There is a positive and a negative in anything that happens to you. And if you think about it after you're done being negative, I guarantee you'll laugh.
In yourself, you're going to believe everybody else's judgment on you. Are you going to believe people when they say that you're a failure? No one really likes you. No one really cares about you.
The difference in people is their standards, period.
Make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours.
figuring out for yourselves what makes you happy. No matter how crazy it may sound to the people, ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Not what, but who.
Working really hard is what successful people do.
You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and in your vision. And you know that it is the right thing to do, and success will come. So don't be afraid to fail.
Aspire to make a difference. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up.
Tear down that mirror that makes you always look at yourself. And you will be able to look beyond that mirror. And you will see the millions of people that need your help.
You only live once, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances.
And we do that by the way we think. We do that by exercising our mind. We do that by processing ideas and come up with a better philosophy, a better strategy for our life, goals for the future.
Is what you do with what you have.
Is the major determining factor in how your life works out. Your whole life can start to change from today on. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. You don't have to wait till next month. You don't have to wait till spring. You don't have to wait till 93. You can start this whole process immediately.
You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. You can't be paralyzed by fear of failure, or you will never push yourself.
In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you've already done.
Then, when you go take action, make sure that the action is not what somebody told you to do. Make sure the action is the product of your own conclusion.
I love it when someone says that no one has ever done this before, because then when I do it, that means that I'm the first one that has done it. So pay no attention to the people that say it can't be done.
That's what makes us different than all of the life forms. The ability to think, the ability to use your mind, the ability to process ideas, and not just operate by instinct.
When you're out there partying, horsing around, someone out there at the same time is working hard. Someone is getting smarter and someone is winning. Just remember that.
That is the major challenge of life.
Don't be afraid to fail. Anything I've ever attempted, I was always willing to fail.
How do you turn all this stuff? If it makes you wonder, if it makes you think, then it's valuable. I'm telling you the man works on his craft. I'm telling you the man's done some extra reading. I'm telling you the man doesn't miss a trick. I'm telling you he's worked hard on himself. That's why he's able to deliver like he does.
When I feel pain, that's when I start counting, because that's when it really counts. That's what makes you a champion. That's the way it is with everything. No pain, no gain. What is the point of being on this earth if all you want to do is be liked by everyone and avoid trouble?
Is it possible to take some of each of all the stuff that's available and turn it into food, and turn it into value, and turn it into nourishment, turn it into something spectacular and unique that no other life form can do? And the answer is yes. And it doesn't matter whether it's a dollar, or whether it's your money, or whether it's your cholesterol count. All you got to do is commit the errors, and just because disaster doesn't fall on you at the end of the first day that you don't eat an apple, starts the weakness, starts the disaster process. You can imagine what happens in 6 years.
As a man thinketh, thought and character. A man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. Act is the blossom of thought, and joy and suffering are its fruits. Thus does a man garner in the sweet and bitter fruitage. If a man's mind hath evil thoughts, pain comes on him, as comes the wheel the ox behind. Man is a growth by law, and not a creation by artifice. And cause and effect is as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought as in the world of visible and material things. A noble and godlike character is